This episode is in bingo terms, droopy draws. I feel like I thought it was two little ducks, and we quickly googled what 44 was, and it's droopy draws. Rhyme that refers to sagging trousers. That's what this episode is. But it's also brought to you by Sphere McDonald Hodge Media. That's the best I've done that ever.
That is, mate.
I'm away. See you later, mate.
Practicing this, aren't you?
See you later. That's the best I've ever done that, man. For all your media needs, be it visual,
well, mate, there's no guest. No pressure.
No guest. Why have any guest, Gavin?
Because somebody decided to cancel last minute.
No, just this time. This day. A previous day also. We go out and by name, aye? No? Idiot. You want me idiot?
You course right, mate.
Daniel McSomething. That's how interesting he was. He was that interesting. He was double booked yesterday for the Celtic game. Cancels the day.
Full of shit.
Full of pantaloons.
Unless something's happened, then I'm sorry.
Aye, unless some serious family.
2 days in a row, but I
know. Can't even as if he's got work. Like every cunt's in their bed, locked down, can't go out.
Especially because you're a comedian. What are you going to do? Where's it going to go?
Where's he? You've got another joke to write at some point. Anyway, that feels good to out somebody, doesn't it? Like pure. Aye.
If you want me,
7 beers later. We'll definitely do it. So I need a guest. So we're just going to have to. Literally, we've just wrote down hundreds of subjects there. We'll work through them and hopefully find this entertaining. Aye. But as younger Gavin and Kenny say to you, like, subscribe, share, all the time.
All the nonsense. Aye.
Hit the bell, and if just.
What was the term that came in? Was it hit the bell, ring the bell, ding the bell?
Mm-hmm. And if you don't hit the bell, hit up your mate and say, mate, watch this. It's funny. LOL.
If you've not got a YouTube account, make one.
I think we should do the thing you post on Instagram every time. I should do this, like, do that.
Do it try. I know it's different.
We can't do it now. We can't do it now because
we could have done it better if we tried.
I know, pure accidental, man. I know. Here's to a guy that we wanted to come on the podcast, isn't he? For pointing out to us. That was tremendous.
Kenny, aye, give us a.
No, I didn't want to name him because he wouldn't come on. So I knew you'd named him.
He's a shy guy, mate. But he was probably the most excited I've ever seen somebody to text me, mate.
You up? It's 20 to 7 in the morning. I've been up since 2 o'clock.
But it was interesting, man. If you've no idea what we're talking about, go onto Instagram, Emerge Podcasts, and look at our most recent video. Just a wee snippet for the podcast. It looks like Kenny's passed me a drink, totally unintentionally.
Aye.
It was interesting, wasn't it?
It was funny. It was so smooth.
Very smooth.
I think if we'd actually decided we would do that, it would never have worked.
No way. Want to try it?
Right, I'm going to go with my left one. I don't know what side that is to you.
I'm assuming it.
I see it's got this side here, I think. Right, well, alright, I'll do it this side then. Right, want a drink, mate?
Aye,
yeah.
I'll bring it down there.
Do that, I don't know.
Oh, cheers, mate.
I thought you were going to bring it up. Anyway, absolute dross. So, we'll start with. What do we start? We start with football, soccer. Yeah. Everything's really looking fucking rosy and lovely for Rangers, isn't it?
That is, mate. Heartbreaking as that is. I did call it, mate. And I'm never going to shut up about it.
It's nothing to be proud of, though, if you're a Celtic fan.
No, but it means that I'm dust on football, mate. That's how I'm taking it.
Aye.
I can still be a Celtic fan. Could be a Celtic fan, but admit when our passion this season has been an absolute disaster, isn't it?
It's just funny how it's went from bad to worse, isn't it? It's like that, like, you know, have you ever watched Ballers? No. It's
no, like, the Rock thing.
Aye, so it's all drama. It's all drama. That's what this has been. It's been pure drama. On and off the park for Celtic. Every which way anything could go wrong has went wrong.
So not the best, but the funniest thing, even as a Celtic fan, Olivier Ntcham looking to leave Celtic for about 2 years, quite obviously, and then he eventually leaves, gets his loan move to Marseille. Andrea Villas-Boas doesn't want him there, decides to chuck it. and resign. So imagine being Olivier Ntcham, going to a new team thinking, that's it. And then your manager's like, I'm away.
That's what I'm big. I don't understand it in the way that, does he know Olivier Ntcham?
He said that they looked at him. Like obviously the board or scouts will come to him with a list of players.
He's a player.
Aye, and he didn't think he was good enough. He said it. He's like, he's not good enough to play here.
But what I'm saying is, like, obviously he's seen he's not good enough to play there, but he doesn't need to play him. Like, has it happened a few times for him? Is it a few? He said, an issue or what?
In his interview, he said, "I don't agree with the club from top to bottom. The way they conduct themselves." Okay. No, but then if you think about it, if you were a manager, that's like me having a vacancy in my team, and then somebody hiring somebody that I didn't even see or want. You know what I mean? You'd be like, no. I've done a bit resigning, but he wouldn't.
Aye. But he's. Remember how big he used to be? He used to be the next Mourinho, didn't he?
Aye.
He was certainly not.
He was not. I seen quite a few people saying, imagine Ntcham's face when they replaced Villas-Boas with Lennon. It's like, fucking imagine that.
Aye. Olivier Ntcham, do you think he'd like to leave then? Do you think he'd be alright?
What, leave Marseille now?
Aye, if Lennon took the job.
I don't think it's anything to be Lennon, to be fair. I think he just thinks he's maybe better than Celtic or should be playing whatever. But or he might just want something different. He's French as well, you know what I mean? So you never know how
home feel.
Aye. So he's went back to his home country. But
I've not really any idea about him at all. Never really seen him.
No.
Didn't
he watch Rangers at that point when he scored against them?
Wasn't even bothered. Didn't even know Rangers existed at that point. It was just more recently when they started winning some games. It was like, oh, that's right. Football happens in Scotland, doesn't it?
I mean, I see this season. I know it's probably the worst season for me to say this, but I've been more interested in Scottish football than the Premier League this year because the Premier League's not bothered me at all this year.
No, but it is. Do you know, even the Premier League's quite interesting this year. But I think because Scottish football is it's competitive. For the past 9 years, it's not been competitive. Like, I think the top spots changed about 7 or 8 times this season, whereas before that it wasn't. It was either Liverpool or Man City for the past 3 years. But do you know the top 4 in the Premiership? No.
Man U, Liverpool, Leicester.
Is this you going in order?
No, just. Well, so it's Man U and Liverpool. Is it Man U top, Liverpool second?
No.
Right. So I'll just say 4. Man U, Liverpool, Leicester, and I don't know the 4th one. I don't think it's City, but
right. Anyway, it's just dragging this out, mate. I know.
Shut up.
You see it. Sitting top of the English Premiership is Man City.
All right.
21 games played, 47 points. Then Man U, 22 games played, 44 points. Leicester, 42 points. Liverpool, 41 points. And then there's Spurs, who are 8th on 33. In between Liverpool and Spurs is Everton.
You just get the middle table, everybody's points.
Villa. No, I just didn't believe. When I first looked at it, I was like, oh, Man City. Man City did really well.
I thought
when did that happen?
I thought the last time I checked they were like 6 or something.
I know. Actually, Arsenal 10th.
Aye.
Do you think Arteta should go?
Don't know. I don't know enough about football at that level to think how long you give a manager. You see, back even like a decade ago, it probably a bit of a turning point, but managers would never get sacked halfway through a season for the first season because they're not doing too well. It would always be like a season to build.
Aye.
Get their players at the bed in.
Aye. Would you think about Lampard?
Don't really know. I honestly, I've not really watched Chelsea at all.
Okay.
I've watched a couple of games. I like me Billy Gilmore. He's when he's playing, if I know he's playing, I might watch it. Aye.
Would you take him at Celtic?
Aye, when he comes back, he's a massive Rangers fan.
It's full family heavy. I don't know what Steven Gerrard's history is, but I think it'd be a good job for him.
Who?
Lampard?
Lampard?
Lampard. I'm talking Lampard coming to Celtic.
Oh, you said Gerrard there?
I thought I was thinking it's Gerrard's history, what's his history. Is it Edgy Day with Celtic and that? And I thought, probably not, but I don't know.
I think a lot of people have been speaking about it, Lampard or Rafa Benitez and all that.
Rafa
And I'm
Benitez.
like, Benitez isn't going to come to us, man.
I was watching Open Goal and he was... Big Kevin Kyle was talking, he got 10 million or something like that to go to China. So he's having a swan song. He's going to China to make his payday.
Yeah.
He's 60 odds. So you're going to two managers at two different points in the career. When one's really young, hungry, he's managed two teams. Benitez is seasoned, isn't he? He's...
Aye.
Unless he wants to come for a buzz. What is Scotland this weekend?
Aye, that's what I mean. Like you're saying he's 60 odd, right? Imagine when you've been in your 60s coming up here with all the animosity with all the fans and all that, you'd be like, fuck that.
Aye.
I just want to go to fucking West Brom and they don't really give us a shit about the results.
A full country in your back. Like, listen. Whoa.
Aye.
He's fucking peace.
I don't know. Well, it's quite obvious that Lennon's going to be there to the end of the season. I think this Celtic board.
If they're going to sack him, they've just sacked him.
Aye, they've made that clear, regardless of what happens. But I don't know. Lennon said in his press conference yesterday, I think it was, or the other day before the game, that one of the journalists asked him if he's getting intention of leaving in the summer just because Peter Law was leaving. And he basically turned around and said, "Why would I leave? Because Law was leaving. Like I'm not leaving." So he's going to want to stay, obviously.
Aye, he's getting paid loads of pennies.
Aye, he's not going to walk away. How would he walk away?
Mate, you're doing really shit at your job. We're giving you loads of money. Do you want to leave at the end of the season? Well, no, because I think I could do better than what I'm doing now. So, why would I leave?
I don't know.
I actually feel Scott Brown have got a red card yesterday.
For what?
I don't know. I saw something on my phone saying Scott Brown could have got 2 yellows. Could have no.
I don't remember it, to be honest. I don't remember.
But were you sober enough to remember it? No?
Aye.
Okay.
Why?
I changed my name.
I only had one glass of wine, mate, through the whole game.
Oh.
Hit me. I can't remember it in particularly bad that he done or whatever, but...
You'd remembered you'd have went...
Aye.
Alright, well, that's just clickbait then for me.
Probably. Was that on a Rangers forum page, Benny?
It was www.rangershateceltic.org. I actually created that website myself.
And that's the only post you put on it?
People. Aye. It's the only post ever. No, Scott Brown, red card should have happened. Obviously. Never seen a minute of the game.
There's a lot of stuff being said as well, because after the game, Brown was walking by Lennon, and Lennon's done that in the back of his head, like, well done kind of type thing. But Brown's face is like growling.
Aye. So was that though?
But people are like, oh, that says a lot about. And you're like, mate, the guy's he's been the captain he's been here for 10 years. He's the captain for like fucking 6 years plus, and he knows that we're not doing good enough. So he's not going to celebrate a 4-0 win against Kilmarnock when we're that bad.
Does Stephen Naismith leave Kelly and go down south?
But before he went to Hearts,
is Stephen Naismith still at Hearts? There's an Arne Naismith kicking about down south somewhere.
Is it?
Aye. I know it's pure, like, absolutely left field what we're talking about, but aye, anyway.
I actually quite kind of worried about the game last night as well, because we've no... Kilmarnock are always quite a hard game, especially to go to Rugby Park, but they've not been doing too well this season. They've just sacked their manager last week. So everybody's getting all hopeful about a 4-0 win, but...
Up in arms.
Aye.
Mate.
Can you find it?
No, I lied. I've just lied. It must have been a dream.
He did. Stephen Naismith with it. He was at Norwich.
Everton and that, and he was playing with Norwich. I know that, but I was thinking, wait, I've seen a Naismith somewhere else, and not a different Naismith. And I'm like, what? Is he left somewhere to go? But it's a Kai Naismith. But let's see where he plays. He plays Kai Naismith.
That was Rangers player.
Is 28. Where are you playing, Kai? He's playing the Championship. Aye. Luton Town. There you go.
Where did they come from? They come from Kilmarnock?
Oh, I don't know if he came from Kilmarnock, mate. I just saw Naismith in the back of a shot one time. I was like, what?
Stevie Naismith, aye. Guy's like 6'3", fucking dreadlocks.
Aye, he's African. But I saw Naismith and thought, wow, man, what a tan you've got down south at Luton.
Aye.
So, is this the most... It's not the most interesting season in Scottish football. And what is? in probably 10 years, but is it the worst season for Celtic fans? Obviously, I don't know. Fucking hell, Kenny, try and
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like, can you remember a worse feeling? I just feel as if it's constant. Like, there's one thing.
What's worse? Like, getting to dead, like, you know, remember helicopter Sundays and all that?
Aye.
Is that worse than this? Because you know you've lost the season, mate. There's no way you're ever going to win this.
I think it's two different feelings, though, because both of them are terrible. But then, Celtic, we were fucking, I think at the point, maybe 15 points behind Rangers or something. Then we up when everybody's in lockdown, and then go to fucking Dubai, have pints. A player who's out for 6 months. Wait a minute. A player who's out for 6 months comes back with COVID when he shouldn't even have been there because he wasn't training, and then all these other things just keep happening. Oh, there you went.
Still here, mate. I'm still here. I had to open my beer and I didn't know what to do it, wouldn't I?
Show people how you open it.
I'll do the next one.
Gives me the fear.
Anyway, right, keep going. You're in the pints, COVID, stupid.
So and then they come back, all the comments, Peter Lawwell's apology to fans, all that shit, and then
was it an apology though? Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. I think it was supposed to be, but it wasn't. And then it's just an accumulation of so many things that have happened, and it's like every single week or day when you look at your phone, you're just expecting fucking Neil Lennon's got a fucking pub in his back garden and he's just inviting them. Just
Neil Lennon's got lennonsbar.com and you can book online for a table and all the Celtic players are always there. It's unlimited beer, £1 a drink. Aye, I get it. Whereas a helicopter Sunday, they've been flying, both teams, all firms have been flying all season, pushing each other. All firms have been absolutely rile. Whereas now, you're just like, get this and done with it. Just pull the plug on it.
The smell of players. I was
going to say Paul Slane, but I don't know whether I call him Paul. Wee Paul Slane, just down the road. He thinks it's a fake year. He's like, it's like, listen, Si, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to have to say it. Just call it off. It's a fake year. It's not real. This isn't real.
80%. I think Celtic fans are just praying because 80% of the games haven't been played. Just call it. That's it.
Big Nicola Sturgeon's a pure diehard Tim Minchin. She's got that in the 75th% of the season go. Call it.
No, that's it.
Game's a bogey. Cheesies.
I'm in then. I think, see, to be fair, for Lennon, like, I think he takes all the blame because he's a manager. But see, when your manager tells you something and you go out and you think, I'm just going to do this, or you're not feeling it, or you're not asked. Some of the players that have been fucking dreadful.
Oh, Neil Lennon can only do so much.
That's what I mean.
The whole having pints and that's all right. Fucking
I don't see it.
Athletes and that.
They shouldn't have went to fucking Dubai, but
no,
if they want to have a beer, they can have a beer.
Have a beer, definitely. But this whole they shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that. Definitely don't go to Dubai and just fucking put a big target on your back. Just pull the plug, close the money. Right. It could have been a big turning point, but they could have started saving face and showing a bit like we're here, we're wanting to win, we're wanting to do this, we're wanting to do that. That's what it is.
Well, speaking of Dubai, that's off topic, but did you see the lassie in Dubai who's a influencer on Instagram?
No.
She made an argument. She went on this morning with Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby, making an argument that she's a key worker.
You're no.
And Holly was like,
You're no.
That doesn't influence me. That just makes me jealous that you're away riding camels and I'm fucking stuck. Do you know what I mean?
Riding her husband. She's got 19 wins. Is that what she said to her? That makes me jealous that you're out.
That doesn't make me. That doesn't influence me or motivate me. It just makes me jealous that you're over there. And
which is true.
It is
true, mate.
Trumpet.
Aye. Fuck off. That's all I think about that, man. I'm an influencer. I'm a key worker. Aussie man sitting in his house, in his wee cabin, going to his office, doing his videos. He's an influencer. Do that. Just do something like do videos for your house.
But I think because you've got 20,000 Instagram followers, you're a fucking
I've got
key worker.
I've got 100. We want to get together for the 50th episode and do a big live podcast, but we're probably not going to be able to do that. We'll try to work a way around it though for all the.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Watch this space or the space that we make to make it live. Don't watch this one. Watch the live one.
Sorry,
briefly on you want to have a talk?
No, I thought you were going back to football. So
I was just going to go back to the Liverpool documentary that I seen on Sky the other day.
Right,
mate, it's so cool. It's unbelievable. It's like they do the everything or nothing. Is that right? Is that the Amazon ones?
All or nothing.
All or nothing. Close. They went all or everything. It's the same thing.
Jesus, right, jobby. I know.
Jobby. It's the same thing. So I watched the half an hour of it, and I was watching. It was like Kenny Dalglish talking at the start, and I'm like, oh wow, he was a pure legend, wasn't he? And he was like, people kept asking me, is there a secret to your success? And he was like, well, if there is, I'm not telling you. And it moves on to Van Dijk, and then they talk about this big surfer who surfs the highest waves in the world.
Right.
That's his job. Like, he could wait 2 years for this big wave, he could wait 2 weeks, but he follows the biggest waves around the world. He's putting videos up, and they get in touch with him, and they go and see him, and they have a talk, and they get them in, like, that freezing water, like a big plunge pool.
Aye.
Or a team, boom, and you get Van Dijk's talking his way through his experience of this. Pardon me. And he says, like, I went in the water and lasted 30 seconds, and I thought that was great. Other boys maybe not, but for me that's all I could do. Came back out, this guy gave a talk, came went back in, and during all this kind of thing, Jurgen Klopp's talking in the midst of it, saying this guy's mindset is like every decision he makes could be fatal. It could be death. That's like, you should see the waves. This guy, mate, is higher than Hannes Ahushi's, higher than like I was trying to look as if you can see my view here of this big thing, but you can't. So,
it's just, you can see the Burj Khalifa. You're in Dubai, aren't you?
I'm in Dubai, mate. Me and this. Shut up. What's her name? Janine. Go and get me a Dubai cocktail, whatever they have. So after the talk they have with him, after the first experience this cold water, they can all go in the cold water as a team for 3 minutes. And he's like, it's amazing after half an hour talk with this man that you could all do this. And it goes to show the shift in mindset and these high pressure situations. So it's the one that when they've just won the Champions League and they're going to enter next season when they win the league. Just can't wait to watch the rest of it. Might actually finish this and go and watch it.
Right, see you later.
Bye. Laptop down.
Bye.
That season was amazing, but wasn't it?
Is that about that? So it's the recent
about that
Liverpool.
season.
I watched it.
Old school one. It's not old school one. It's all got like
Andy Robertson,
Big Bone, James Milner, Andy Robertson. It's got Trent talking about Trent. I didn't think he's a dick, but I feel as if him and Robertson are compared. They're one's better than another. And they're like, well, they're two totally different positions, mate. Like they can't play the same position. So either they're wing backs, but one's the left, one's the right. So
they've got different players on the side of them.
Exactly. But you see, is it James Milner? Is that who I'm thinking? Is he the captain?
Aye.
You see him getting taken off one game, and he's like, obviously understand. I need to come off and make way for. It's the game that he subbed for Adam Lallana, and Adam Lallana scores the goal to get them a draw. I think it's against Leicester.
That's right. Yeah.
But you see his face coming off. He's not happy. But who's the player that you see talking about as well? You see like fans who are in the world, like India. Do you know how many fans, Liverpool fans there is around the world?
We're talking millions or billions here.
500
million?
400, mate.
Oof.
Well done you, man. That's tremendous.
You know how many Celtic fans there is?
No idea, mate.
750 million.
Far less than what you're saying right there.
I have no idea.
Time of recording.
Right now, fucking 7,500.
7, mate. 7. Even the players don't want to be there. Apart from Brown and Lennon. But I mate, definitely get out watching if you're listening. Get out watching, get a wee comment because that'd be nice to hear what everybody else thinks about it.
Aye.
Because maybe it's pure garbage, and I'm just a Liverpool fan. I'm like,
Because you're like, oh, Stevie G.
oh, Stevie G.
Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard, I love you. Yes, Stevie. Very briefly, Jeff Bezos has stepped in for being the big boss to being
a big boss, but no bigger.
Aye, because the
he's now the chief exec, isn't he? Rather than the CEO or something.
The guy that's taken over is today with he created Amazon Web Services.
All right.
I know I wrote this in here and didn't tell you this before we brought it on, but I'm just remembering it. Which is Amazon's biggest asset to the company because it's the least cost, but it's the most revenue. It generates the most revenue for the company. So this is the boy it's taken there. Jeff Bezos has stepped in with 4, 5, maybe 15 billion.
Did that? Oh, fucking much more than that, man. Did I tell you? I think we might have spoken in one of the last podcasts, but Jeff Bezos at the start of lockdown in March.
What he was worth?
He was worth like fucking 100 billion or something, and then by September he was worth like 230 billion or something like that.
Aye.
Fuck.
Did we talk about his wife? His ex-wife?
I think we did.
She became the richest woman in the world by divorce.
Right. Smart woman, eh?
Oh, she knew it. She put a shift in, which is fair enough.
Aye, put a shift in.
She's earned that.
Tell everybody what you wrote when you were putting in the comments for Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos setting dude down.
Sitting down. Jeff Bezos is sitting down.
Jeff Bezos' legs are fucking tree trunks, man. He needs a seat. He's been standing up for way too long.
Sit in your arse, Jeff.
Oh, right, Jeff, sit down. Your legs are, withering away.
He's great. Imagine, can you? Imagine, aye. With that amount. I don't know.
He could buy a country.
Why are you working? See, I obviously it's just a different mindset, right? But see, if I had even $1 million, I would be like putting money into something, an investment. Amazon shares. No, but even something like property or whatever, do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that the last thing I want to do when you've got that much money is be the CEO of the biggest company in the world and having to deal with all the shite.
He made the biggest,
I suppose that's like us if we
become... like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's doing a podcast. He doesn't... Well, he does because somebody paid him loads of money to do it, but he made it, so he's like, I'm enjoying this.
Do you think he's got like installments for his 80 million? Like, you need, after like 100 episodes, you get this. Or do you think they gave him an 80 million lump sum?
No, lump sum, actually.
I think so.
Aye, 100%, mate. Look at
I'm no well, mate.
Elon Musk as well. Elon Musk is a mad, crazy bastard, man.
I think maybe something because he's got Asperger's or autism or something.
Maybe autism. No,
Asperger's. I think he's like a pure. He has to do something.
Has to be. Aye.
Whereas me, I'm just a lazy bastard. So I'm like, aye, just give me all that money and then.
Maybe you know autism, mate. Yeah.
I don't know if it's been confirmed, but is it ADHD or something?
Is Elon Musk an autistic person?
Autistic.
From my observations, he is definitely on the autistic spectrum. This is some fucking idiot.
Wee Davey for fucking Springburn or something.
Aye. Some people, man. Mate, saying that, I'm sitting there going, no, it must be. But it seems he's either got, like, but autism doesn't even need to be a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just meaning like the way he conducts himself, because he, like, if you listen to him, see if that's what I was going to say. If the questions, like, if you ask me a question, I don't know, I'll say, or I'm trying to think it, I'll go, he just freezes, thinks about it, and then speaks. Even if it's 20 seconds later, he's still. This
was one actually. It's weird. It's a video on YouTube. Watched obviously today because nothing else today. Elon Musk is asked when he'll hire outside the US when it comes to SpaceX. So right now, Elon Musk has only hired American folk to work at SpaceX. If he's asked that question and a keynote speech, maybe a woman asks him it, and everybody in the crowd's like, "Yay!" Well, as if like, let other people work here. And he's like, "Well, I need to work within the government guidelines and the TSA and the whatever else, all the SAs, all the security industries within
Aye.
America say you can't. You can only hire Americans because it's a government space he's going to be working within. So he
is that a security thing then? Like,
That's
can
it,
he,
mate. Aye,
just in
aye,
case
can he have-
somebody,
just in
aye,
case brings
Russia
in-
coming in and stealing all his
yes,
plans?
and I says 20 Russians working there, like, whoa, hold on, buddy.
Was Igor doing in the fucking cloakroom?
What's Gavin Hollywood doing in there? That's getting fished, obviously. So that the way he answers the question though is very articulate. Like, he's dead smooth. He thinks about the question, gives the information, doesn't go,
Aye. There's no hiccups.
aye. He doesn't want to get Stevie for recruitment in. You know what I mean?
He knows everything, but didn't he? Like,
Oh, mate,
he's just.
so intelligent.
Imagine being that intelligent. Who's building underground tunnels in LA? What the fuck?
Have you seen
Do you know what I mean?
the crash tests? All his Teslas?
No, think so.
Oh, mate, I know I'm weird. I've watched them all. They topple, but when they topple, if they topple, they can, because the batteries are all at the very bottom, the centre of gravity is at the bottom of the Tesla, so it kind of uprights itself. It's very, very rare that his Teslas will sit upside down because the weight will counterweight it.
Aye.
And the crumple zone at the front is that good, and then the anti-crash is superior. It doesn't get like an NCAP rating. Now,
Aye.
Reynolds used to be NCAP rating 5 stars. That was me, Ben. That was Ben Sorensen.
Aye.
Oh, this is to Ben, mate. Sorry, I missed you, man.
I know.
So these Tesla's safety ratings are through the roof, man. But it's mental because they're speed machines.
Do you know what was really funny? Like, see, when you thought about electric cars, even that, it's kind of changing the perception a wee bit now, but even like Top Gear, I watch a lot of Top Gear and the Grand Tour and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Automatic, fucking hell, battery operated
Electric cars.
electric. That's what it's like. I just said it.
See that thing that's above you, the big light?
Aye, so they always talk like it was always like fucking electric cars, but who you kidding? But now with the range, like you could get, there's a Tesla, I think you can do 500 miles with a full charge. All right, you might take half an hour with a supercharger to charge it, but you're like, well,
what's half an hour's a coffee?
Aye, exactly. Gives you a better excuse to fucking stop. And
well, do you know Joe Rogan had we're going to talk about Joe Rogan a wee bit later. Well, at some point, had Red Band on.
I like Brian Red Band.
You need to watch it, man. You get back into it.
I need to.
He drove his Tesla from LA to Texas.
Right.
And when he put the postcode in, the Tesla calculated the fastest, but also the most charging points, like the Tesla's fast charge points.
Right.
And talk about he's like, nobody's going to beat that. So you can't catch up with Tesla now.
Aye.
They've got the fast charge points. The car, he didn't drive, mate. He just sat the autopilot on. He's like, I just sat there, like 20 hours. Like, what do you do for 20 hours? He's like, just chilled out, watched a few podcasts, listened to a few podcasts. But I wouldn't be able to do that in a diesel or petrol car. Like, it's too much. But in the Tesla, it was just so easy. It's like so easy. Like, I can't afford one, but
I don't see. I like driving though.
Oh mate, there's no way you're getting a Tesla autopilot sitting in the motorway, chilling like Bob Dylan, couple of beers. But you know what I mean? Like having that.
Listening to my own podcast,
aye. But like,
it'd be amazing.
Our car just now doesn't do the lane thing, but it does the obviously cruise control.
Aye.
You can set it to be 1, 2, or 3 cars
Aye.
behind the car in front, which I think is really, really cool. So I don't need to. I can set it to the what do you call that? The speed. I can set the speed on the car to be 100 miles an hour, but if the car in front of me is doing 70, it'll just do 70.
Don't do 100 miles an hour, mate.
I bet if the car in front of me is doing 70, it'll only do 70. If it does 65, it'll do 65, and it'll speed up and slow down. So that's the closest I've got to it, and I'm like always in the motorway. I'll go fuck that, boom, easy peasy.
See, what I'm meaning is that like I don't get me wrong, for driving for 20 years, fuck that, no way. But you see, like how you driving up to Aberdeen and stuff, like 3.5 hours, 3 hours, I'd quite like that. Don't get me wrong, it's in cruise control. I'm not actually. I'm half driving.
Mate, that is the word I've been searching for the past minute. You let me sit there and waffle about.
You said cruise control. You already said
but then I forgot it. They're strong Italian beers made in Germany.
What they call it again?
Rossini, made in Germany with Austrian barley, but it's an Italian beer. We're really, really, at the pinnacle, the peak of beer quality here.
Got to love a bit of Aldi.
Aldi, mate. Oh, it's Aldi. Lidl's too far away from me.
I went Lidl today for the bakery.
Mate. Which donut did you get?
I didn't get a donut, mate.
Donut?
No, to be fair, I was making something tonight and I just wanted to get a nice fresh bread with it.
What did you make?
Was all. Chicken and white wine.
Chicken and white wine?
Chicken, white wine, cream sauce.
With, what's on the side, veg?
Veg, mate, and some crusty bread. My motto is going to be fuming, because that's our favourite.
Oh, sorry, mate. I'd invite you to my house if I was making that. But I've not got a cooker, so...
You have a snake cooker.
You have a snake cooker, mate. So, slow cookers. Got a slow cooker.
Make things just very, very slowly.
Aye, 4 days later. Making bread. Sourdough. Turns out sourdough bread. It take that long. Right. Cod. Pure hooked, man.
Mate, do you know I remember? How long ago was this when you got it? Maybe 3 months or something? A couple of months?
Maybe a long time ago, man.
November, before Christmas, wasn't it?
It was just before Christmas, no long before. When I got to PlayStation 5, I downloaded COD.
Because when we had Grant on.
I'm never near my PlayStation. Just why go, man? I want you guys.
But like when we spoke about COD before, you were like, I just can't get it, man. And then hooked.
I'm playing
it's addictive, mate.
Playing solos myself.
So addictive.
It's a very I thought Fortnite was quite cool, and I still do.
Aye.
Very rarely dabble in it, but it's no COD. I'm wanting to get level up. I'm wanting to get the experience with the guns and unlock wee bits and bobs of the guns. I'm wanting to use that gun and no just, is that right? That's the gun I'm keen. That must be the best. Do you mean? Second in plunder tonight. I was mate on fire. Landing in that land, when you land for the parachute and you slide a wee bit. Stood up. His mate was coming there. I stole. The guy was there because he was dead. Took his sniper, went dead. I'm amazing. Then I get
seconds later, you get run into a truck or something.
I get boffed right in the head.
But do you know what's addictive about it? Like, see if I have a bit, like, don't get me wrong, I've had a few nights where I've had bad game back, and I'm like, oh, fuck this, I'm coming off. But see if you have a bad game, you're always like, right, I'll play one more and I'll make it a better game. And then if you win, you're like, oh, I need to play now because I've just won a game, I'm buzzing.
Aye.
And it's like, you can't, because you either have a good game or a bad game. So you're like, well, either or, I'm going to want another one. Before you know it, it's 7 in the morning.
What was it? It was Friday. It must have been Friday. It had to have been Friday. Me, Urquhart and Andy were playing. I think you were playing with Ryan that night and you went off. You said you had 7 bad games in a row and you thought, I'm off, man.
Call it I did,
we finished at 1 in the morning or something like 1:30. It was a pure stink. I think we came third. And I went, Urquhart went, right, I'm off. I've played, the wee man will be up early tomorrow, I need to go. And we'll play one more, then we'll go to bed. And then he went, one more? Aye, one more. Right, okay, I'll play one more. We won it. Absolutely, it was in Resurgence.
Aye.
And Urquhart played a pure blinder. And he was alright. Get done. And I was just the big cheerleader, like, come on, guys. You can do it. So on that, and he's like, yeah, that's enough, Matt. That's peaked. Andy, we'll play one more. Right, one more then. That way you can't know win a game and go off. You can't finish at your peak. You want to chase that wee bit more.
See, like, sometimes Sammy will come down for bed to go to the toilet with, and I'm maybe still up. And she'll be like, oh, like, you staying on long? I says, no, I'm going to have one more game. But I'll have, even if I do have one more game, obviously because of the Emerge Gaming, which we'll come on to, they will then, like, see when I'm clipping everything, I then go back and rewatch all the clips. So I'm like, spending another 40, because I want to see if I've just clipped a lot of shite or if it's actually good.
But you can't do that at that time. You need to see that with fresh eyes.
Aye, but I can't help it. I just can't get enough of it. And then I wake up, the morning, first thing I do is put on YouTube, watch top Warzone moments on YouTube. It's a 20-minute compilation of everybody's best clips.
Is that a daily thing? Is that
every day? Aye.
Can you submit stuff to that? Because you're really good at it. Do you submit it?
No, because you need to put the YouTube link in, but the videos are always dead short. So I don't want to send them a link with a 20-minute video. Right. Whatever, but you can submit them.
We should do that. Talk about the Emerge Gaming stuff for now. What was the one you put up yesterday? Playing with randoms. Was that you, Stephen? It's most of the Emerge Gaming stuff is Gav, because he's really good. He's really good at the Premiere Pro now. Also, he's very good at COD. What level you're about 150 million, didn't you?
I don't know, mate. But there's people I play with that are like double. No, that I play with, but if you play with a random, and they're like double your.
Aye.
These guys are going to be good.
Do you get? Is it thingy matchmaking?
Skill based.
Skill based.
Aye.
If you're playing with somebody double your.
We were speaking about this the other day. I think in a random lobby, it depends. I think it's supposed to depend on who's the squad leader or whatever. But apparently, it doesn't work in Warzone. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I can definitely see a difference, because if I play with a guy Ross and Kenny, Ross is like brilliant,
tremendous.
Aye, really good. And every time I play with him in his lobby, I always get scalped. Whereas if I play with, like, even myself or with you, or like you, Andy Urquhart, or with Ryan, and it's everybody that's our lobbies, I always seem to do much better. So I think it probably is a thing to a certain degree.
This is what I've been wondering. Do you think you're an aggressive player?
I think I've became one, aye.
Do you think it's because of the scavenger things?
No, I think it's because I'm playing with Ross and Kenny a lot.
Right,
because before I would always sit like that.
Oh, mate. See the tension when you get to the last 10 teams or the last 10 players? Oh, God. Paula woke up for a nap today when I was playing it. She went, "Why are you breathing like that?" Breathing like bitch. You were going,
paper bag.
That was a Plunder game when I came second. I was like,
Plunder is when we just redeploy if you die.
You know, you wait 20 seconds and I'm about to get all the money. But these scavengers are good, man. They're game changing.
But see, because if I was playing, I would be quite sit backish or maybe watch people and then be like, right, I'm going to go from now. Whereas when I was playing with Ross and that for the first few times, and they're like, I'm going for him. And I'm like, he's about 200 metres away. And he's like, aye, come on. And I'm like, all right. So I think that's how I've started to kind of become that. Aye. And I've noticed a difference anyway.
That's good. It's good if that's the best way to be. But you need to be good at it to be able to do that, don't you? You can't just...
But I wouldn't say I'm good at it. It's like I'm all right. But there's players that you see and you're like, unbelievable, Jeff. Some of the YouTubers and
commentators, but they need to get commentators in this thing. Well, somebody said that they've chucked it. They've chucked it because the hacking. There's been a lot of hacking. The guys chucked it.
There's a YouTuber. Well, he's not a YouTuber. He's a streamer called Aiden. Well, he's only 21 or something. The guy's phenomenal. He's got the world record for kills in a game.
Oh, really?
He went solo against quads. And if you've no idea what that is, so he played himself against teams of 4, so 150 people in a lobby, and he was himself, and he getting 60 kills. And I'm like, what? I'm lucky if I get. I do see if I get 5-6 kills. I'm like,
you feel element. There's actually a wee guy again, man. I'm older now, I'm older.
Getting older, mate.
Wee guy. In Fortnite, a boy Fresh, Mr. Fresh Asian, he would go in Fortnite against squads and he would win. He would win a game because he was just that good at it.
Just that good. Aye. Okay. I just watch his videos. I think it's good to watch because it gives you ideas about things as well. And you don't know where certain things are and how to whatever. I'm obsessed with it.
Did you watch that video Urquhart sent it in the Warzone chat about the Grand Theft?
Aye, I did.
That was tremendous, wasn't it? The loadout just lands in the back of his truck and his boy drives away.
That's good. But do you think gaming's like taking over the world, isn't it?
Mate, there's a guy, Gary V. Mentioned
motivational speaker guy.
He said about gaming, esports becoming bigger than sports, and it's nearly there. Even with Grant on the podcast, man, he was the 4th most watched sporting event in the world. It goes to show that. I don't think we'll ever get. Well, you might get there. I can talk about it. Did you see that? Did you see him did it? I was good. There you go. That's my review.
Should be the commentator, right?
But,
Spectating Kenny.
That's what you can do. You can watch me watch somebody. That review thing. We'll talk about. I was going to talk about that new PlayStation 5 game. There's no point. It's pure shite. It's no shite. It's good, but
it's no worth that.
It's not worth talking. Nah, just bypass that. Talk about Conor McGregor getting smashed.
I stayed up for it, man.
Do you remember it?
Aye. It wasn't bad. Do you know? I don't really see. I can't remember the last time I was drinking and can't remember things. I think I've got to that point now where I don't get overboard.
That's the. Oh, can we go, man? You stay up till 7 a.m. playing the computer.
Aye, sober.
Is it sober? Is it sober? No, it's
Sometimes I'm not tired. I'm like, I'm just gonna. I don't start. To be fair, that's probably once every fortnight or something. Maybe I'll when I'm not working, obviously, right now.
When I'm not working. Oh, when was the last time you worked?
Yeah, I've worked 2.5 months in almost a year. Crazy.
You hit your target, so that's good. Right, so Conor McGregor, talk about it, because I know I watched it back. But again, I'm no as educated when it comes to MMA. I've listened back to Joe Rogan and that talking about it, but watching, it was a left for me that done Conor McGregor, but then they're saying it was a right that set up the left.
I think,
and it was the leg kicks apparently.
The leg kicks that's what done it. I think because McGregor's leg was see that muscle right the on your shin. I can't remember what it's called.
There's a tibialis anterior.
Aye, tibialis anterior.
Exterior or something. Is it exterior? No.
I can't remember.
One on the inside, one outside. You keep talking.
So basically, when somebody's kicking your lower leg, like a lower calf kick or something, you're supposed to check them. So check them just lifting your leg up so that it hit the bone and it injures them. Stops you getting injured.
Yeah, and fibula. That's the bones. So
then
there's muscles.
Tibialis anterior. That's that one. It's got to be.
Right, keep talking though. Keep telling me.
So obviously, Dustin Poirier's kicked him a few times. He didn't check them the way.
Tibialis anterior, tibialis posterior.
Aye, it's anterior. So that became inflamed. Like it was obviously you could tell. Seeing you watch the fight back, I couldn't tell at the time, but watching the fight back, you can see it. It's like he's not moving as freely. And I actually thought McGregor done all right. He got caught with a couple of wee things, but he caught Poirier with quite a good shots as well. But it just looks. He's fought twice in the last 3 years or something. It's obviously going to be fucking.
He's not been able to get fights, but I don't buy that. I don't buy that he's maybe been para to catch COVID. He's been enjoying, which is quite rightly so. He should be enjoying.
I think he's wanted fights, but Dana White's probably been like, why would I give you this calibre of fight when you've no fought? Because he's retired like 5 times. I think Dana White's maybe a wee bit like.
Pissed off him.
But
just gone. Well,
you don't
pick and choose.
Because you're a multi-millionaire now. You think you can just do what you want. I think that's what it is. Partly.
He was meant to fight that YouTuber.
Okay, that's all.
Meant to fight. That's a lie. It was Floyd Mayweather who's meant to fight that man, but the other boy, no Logan Paul, Jake Paul, who said like read his message and all that. And
see if I was Conor McGregor. See if you're a high-skilled mixed martial artist and a YouTuber who's had 2 fights fighting 2 non-fighters, you'd be like, fuck off, mate. Like,
would you not do it? No.
Well, I don't know, but
what's the money? What's the money? What would it take for you to do it? I bet you'd take less than 10 million for you to do it.
We're right now.
Well, if you're Conor McGregor, I think Conor McGregor would do it for guaranteed 50. I think guaranteed 50 million.
I just don't know. I think what he's thinking is, what do I get out of this apart from a shitload of money which he's already got?
Aye.
What if it's a bit of if he happened to lose, that's him fucked.
Aye.
And if he wins, it's like, well, I told you I was going to win. So I think it's probably like that. He's not even commented on it. I don't think. I think he's just kind of left it to.
I watched what's the Geordie podcast, something like that?
Aye. True Geordie
podcast, that's right. He'd posted a video saying McGregor opens door, but I didn't watch it. I thought it's just going to be pure clickbait when I should have watched it. But did you see Big Thor?
Oh,
the big man fight?
Aye. He's fighting Eddie
He's in
Hall,
some
isn't he?
shape. He's fighting Eddie Hall, but he had a fight. He had a proper fight
I watched it.
with somebody else. He's huge. How huge is he?
He's like 6'9" or
He's
something.
wearing like 12-ounce gloves and they look like mittens.
I know.
It's pure scary, man.
Fair play to the boy. I know the boy who he fought he's a experienced fighter and stuff.
Gary Ward? No?
Aye, something like that. But he's a proper fighter.
Aye, he done okay.
That boy was 6'3" or something. And he looked like a wee boy. What's up, me stood next to you?
No, not that bad.
But fair play to him for getting in, because I'm like, size is intimidating. That size is intimidating to somebody. See if you get in a ring with somebody and it's just shooting him and he's 6'9" and he's built like a brick shit house.
Aye.
There's got to be parts of you that are thinking.
Stephen Ward.
He's Irish boy, isn't he? He's Irish, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Just Google these names now. Better check now in case you make me.
Doesn't matter, just leave it in case I fucked it up.
Nottingham. No, he's kidding. He's Irish. Gav's right. It was just he didn't. I watched the boy that's always on that True Geordie podcast. He's a bit of a boxer and that knows his stuff. He was going through it going, he doesn't jab. I'm like, mate, what size he doesn't need to jab. But if he learned to jab, it would be a hook. It would knock the heat clean off your shoulders if he caught you.
But Eddie Hall, he was an amateur boxer, so he's done a bit of boxing.
I know he was the world's strongest man at some point.
Aye. Both of them have been.
I know that boy with the Man Mountain was on
Halford Bjornsson, innit? Halford Bjornsson.
He was on a leader on at one point, and who was trying to hang with to try and push him. A big log. It was like tug of war, but it was pushing rather than pulling.
Aye.
So Big Four, whatever his name is, was pushing, and there was Jimmy Redknapp and somebody else in that, and then Freddie Flintoff. Freddie was pushing. He was getting up. He's like, and I think Jack Whitehall might have still been there. I'm not too sure. So Freddie Flintoff was pushing, but Jack was there, and then the Ottrang came in and push. He just goes, rah, one on, big bicep, and he just goes, rah, pushes them all off the stage. I'm like, you're so huge, man.
I know Freddie Flintoff's no one comparison, but he's a big boy. Do you know what I mean?
Boy, right?
Jack Whitehall's built outside a fiver. So
Aye. But this Elsa doll is get more muscle in her than Jack Whitehall.
So if you go with your table of treats, man, that's a PlayStation controller.
I've just got hundreds of props now, mate. I'm being dead cool now. I'm trying to be, change the game a wee bit. I've nothing else now. That's me fresh out of props. So, McGregor, for what's next? Did you watch his post-match press conference? He wants a third shot at him.
I'm updated Diaz.
Nate Diaz, Joe Rogan was what with us. Joe Rogan saying, what's next? Blah, blah, blah. And they're saying, well, the rematch isn't really quite there because he should be getting a championship shot now. Yeah. No Conor.
Dustin Poirier.
But Poirier did come out and say he got popped. He said he shook me a wee bit.
But
I'm just spouting Joe Rogan's jargon here, saying that a purist wants to see Poirier go and fight for the title. Conor McGregor, the fight in Dublin for the third Celtic Stadium, easy peasy, against Nate Diaz, and take it for there and see where everybody's at after that. It's probably the most sensible thing to do. But it all depends on Poirier. But if he's getting said, listen, fight Conor, get 20-30% of the pay-per-views, and if they're allowed people in stadiums, 30% of the gate plus 10 million, then be like, listen, give me that. I could go in there, get a championship shot, get KO'd, and that's me. Nobody remembers me. Could go, get the fight against Conor, make 50 odd million, set for life, get knocked out, and I'm still getting that money.
I think it's a bit of a strange one because Conor, you kind of think Conor, me and Conor, I've got him in my phone actually.
Yeah. Hello, Conor.
On that, we have a Emerge Gaming video came out where I might be playing Call of Duty with Conor McGregor.
I was listening to that last night. It might have been.
No. That was the one I posted.
All right, well, I was just lying then. I just lied there.
No, I've not done that one yet. It's still.
I knew that. Obviously, I knew that. Just getting on.
You think that fucking Australian accent's awful like Conor McGregor?
Mate, might be putting one on. He might be hiding his accent.
But I don't really know what's next for him. To be honest, like I think he's obviously quite hungry, but at the same time, he's pre-match he was like, I'm never going to retire, like fully retire. And then after it, he was kind of like, I don't know, we need to reevaluate what's happened, and then we'll come back.
He's not fighting enough. He's saying he's rusty. He's saying he needs to be fighting regularly. He's right, but he's not doing any of that.
I know. Who knows the reasons behind it, but I don't know, do you think, because the title isn't vacated yet because Dana White's trying to get Khabib
to talk
come
to him and that, and
so
don't think Poirier beats Khabib. Just
no, he's already fucking mauled him.
So I've not really seen Khabib enough to go. I will, but for what I've heard about Khabib, he's a pure mon. Just a mad, crazy, that reptilian person that just can't get beaten.
He fucking wrestles bears.
Aye.
But on their best days, Conor beats Dustin Poirier hands down every day of the week. For me, I don't see.
No, because
I'm saying both of them at their best. If Poirier's at his best and McGregor was at his best, that we know he can be, then
he's
there's no way.
For him now, just bosh your leg.
Aye, but
now when he goes away, he goes, I'm not going to check your leg now.
But before, Poirier wouldn't get a chance to do that because he would have been
sharper.
Oh, aye. But who knows?
Okay. Right.
Who knows?
I really need to go to the toilet, so you can talk about recommendations for TV shows.
No, we can just pause it. That's what we can do.
Right, okay. Hey, we'll pause it. You paused? Mate, sorry, I really needed that.
That's nice and emptied.
Aye, that's a big beer. It's a big beer. What size it is? Bigger than the screen.
The German, Austrian,
Austrian, Italian beer. I'd 3 of them. For 3 of them if I go to the toilet. So that was good. So ultimately, Conor McGregor. Do you want, mate? You've got loads of pennies.
Not interested. I'm very interested.
We'll get a text at some point and see if you want to come on. So remember I said, I don't know if I've ever mentioned the podcast, but I keep, when I'm on YouTube, wrestling stuff comes up for like the 90s, like no the 90s, kind of the
probably was
99,
90s,
2000-ish, like Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, DMX, the Dudley Boys, all these guys coming out of the wrestling. It was pure the Attitude Era is what they call it. So these key things keep coming up on my YouTube and I just can't help. I cannot stop watching things. It's like mad strange questions like, why did Stone Cold wear pink tape on his arms? I mean, I know it's pure stupid, it's pure ridiculous. Why did he never wear the belt around his waist? Why did Stone Cold never do that? I found out why, mate. I know why.
Tell me.
Just didn't suit him. Wasn't he? That was it. That was it. He says, wasn't he how Stone Cold would have done it?
You're clickbait. You're expecting like he's get fucking a rash or something in his stomach.
No, that'd be clickbait because he had eczema. But so I didn't know why, but then Undertaker retires and then his own Joe Rogan. I'm like, oh my god, that's why I've been watching this shit, so I can listen to this.
It's been building
so interesting, man. So clever. Because the Undertaker literally lived and breathed the Undertaker. The guy's name's Mark something. No idea what his name is. Was interesting. Not that interesting. So he said that he always, since he found out, because you said the WCW before the WWF at the time bought it, contract was running out. Has a meeting with Vince McMahon, and the minute he knows he's got a meeting with Vince McMahon at Vince McMahon's house, hands WCW's notice saying, I'm out later, losers, tramps, get off to the big leagues. Vince McMahon says, we've not got anything for you, but it was really nice to meet you. So then there's hundreds of things, hundreds of big billboards and all that out there for the WrestleMania coming up. And there's something about an egg. Don't really remember too much about it myself. Never watched it. Didn't have that pay-per-views, man. I've not got pay-per-views. It was something about an egg though. He's like, fuck, I'm gonna end up Eggman. He's like, I'm gonna get called from his man. Go to your gig. Come on, WrestleMania. Eggman. Doesn't happen. He's just all these things running through his head. Vince McMahon phones him and goes, is this The Undertaker? And he goes, it's a cool name, man. Like, It's definitely not. You phoned me, Mark, and he goes, yeah, this is Undertaker, and turns out Vince McMahon's had this character in the wings for years, but nobody really fitted the bill.
Oh, so he wasn't always Undertaker then?
No, it was something else, mate, and I wish I could remember what it was.
The Overtaker?
Aye. That might have been another one, but it was so interesting. They were talking about like steroid abuse and who was taking it, who wasn't taking it, and Joe Rogan pushed him a wee bit on, like, who's doing it? And he's like, mate, they get tested 3 times a year. So 3 times a year they need to have spaced out proper tests. Whether or not that's people who are very good at taking tests, but it's random. It's random. Like, they used to phone me when I was in like Texas at my house saying you need to go to this centre today and get a test. I'm like, all right. Off he goes. They talk about Tabata training, which is good.
It is. Oh,
yeah,
Kenny.
Yeah, that tooth right there. I was made for it, man. I do need to go to the dentist though.
No one off, fuck's sake.
Not because of that. Definitely not because of that. Just not be to the dentist somewhere.
Well, I don't know if I've told you this story before, but when I used to work in LA Fitness.
La Fitness?
Oh,
very European.
So,
no, it's American, but...
WrestleMania came to Glasgow, or I don't know if it was WrestleMania, but WWE came to Glasgow. This was only about 5-6 years ago. Do you mind
It's
it?
a very good story, mate. It's a very good story. You said you're not interested in the wrestling or not, this story.
No, I used to love it. I'm not interested. Now I'm not couldn't bother my arse, but
right, okay.
Well, there's been twice that the wrestlers have came in. The first time I got a picture, the only one I knew, I knew 2. I knew Rey Mysterio. Remember him?
Legend, the 619.
He was there. I didn't get
so be Rey Mysterio.
What height? It's all about the height, mate, isn't it?
No, agility, the je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. And Randy Orton.
Oh, legend.
So I was going up and I was like, I'm not really interested, but I remembered him and I was like, he was training to sell, and I thought, I'm just going to start talking to him, brand new, like pure quiet. I was like, can I get a picture? He's like, aye. No, we didn't say aye, obviously, but he was like, yeah. Got a picture of him. Man. Then about a year later, it was like a big event was coming, and all the wrestlers were staying in the Radisson Blu, which was above the gym. So the residents get used. So they would come down and do these things. Then about a month later, we get an email or a phone call from one of the WWE media sort of personnel, and they were saying we're looking to set up an event for fans to come in and train with a WWE superstar. Well, right, okay. There was a new ops manager started, Scott, and I was a fitness manager, so we were kind of tasked to come up with like a plan to train these superstars and these fans. Aye. But it was a guy called Wade Barrett. Bad News Barrett. Big 6'5".
Changed. That's not his name.
That's his middle name. His mom gave him. Bad News. He's Bad News.
So bad.
But what I was the point of this whole story, because I'm kind of rambling on a wee bit, is the fans. Like, see when I don't know how the fans knew that they were coming down at that time to come down to the gym. It wasn't like publicly thing. It was a competition you entered, and then they contacted people. So we had 8 fans or something, plus Wade Barrett, and me and Scott took them for a workout, and we did like a kind of Tabata sort of style training.
Strange, yeah.
But see the fans that were walking down into the gym, like greeting, tears, like
for excitement.
Oh, just not get over the fact that a wrestler was 10 feet in front of them. It was unbelievable, and I thought, do you know, I didn't think wrestling. I knew it was big, but I didn't think people fucking loved it as much as that.
Religion for people, isn't it? We try to Google the Undertaker's previous names, but it's just not coming up now, man.
Just go with Overtaker.
Takes about Master of Pain, and 19-year-olds. It was called Master of Pain. That's not a good name.
It's not.
Look, I'll show you him.
6'9", he's supposed to be 325 pounds. My goodness, here he comes.
325 pounds.
You hear that, aye?
You have to know how to handle pain.
Clearly.
Kane.
Better than anybody. I've been in the Atlanta State Penitentiary. I'm not ashamed to know it. I went up there on a bad rap,
because two chum punks jumped me in a parking lot. But I tell you,
And he looks mean. He's pounding Rodney Napper with a big telephone pole.
Anyway,
What a shite. So the most interesting thing I heard was he paid the guy $2,000 when he was very young, way back in the day, which is probably worth more than now. Obviously it is. To train him, and say these guys used to go in America, not force them, but to say that they'll make them great wrestlers. And all he would do was beat them up. He just beat them up till nobody came back. But Mark Conway, I think that's his name. Sounds like wee Jimmy for doing that way or something, doesn't it? Wee Stevie for Poso. He kept coming back, and he went back. This one day, chapped the door, and nobody was there. He's like, I had opened the door, and it turned out he'd left. He was away. The only thing left there was 2 dogs. He'd abandoned these 2 dogs, 2 beautiful dogs. And he's like, fuck this, man. I'm taking the dogs. Took the dogs. Years later, met the guy again. He's like, do you remember me? He's like, why the fuck would I remember you? He's like, because I paid you $2,000 to train me, and then you left. He's like, nah, how the fuck do you want to make something of this? And the Undertaker was like, I was still earning my stripes. This guy was like a mainstream wrestler.
aye.
He's like, how's your dogs? And he's like, what? And he's like, how's your dogs? And I was like, what are you talking about? Remember you had 2 dogs? And he's like, I know how they are. Like, they're at my house. They're great. They're beautiful dogs. So well behaved. He's like, I fucking gave my dogs, blah, blah, blah. And the big fight. Bosh.
Keep it blows, aye.
It came to blows, but no pure bad. Like, because the Undertaker was like, that one night I saw him outside the hotel and I thought, fuck, I just fucking go down and put out up, battle you really bad. And he's like, I wish I went and done it. He's like, I always regret not doing that. Like, right.
Fucking hell.
Big madman.
I know.
That's what you say. He always went through his career, never really doing interviews, never really doing much, purely embodying that character. Because if somebody seen him in public, he wanted them to believe that that guy was real.
See, to be fair, I did when I was
Mate, so
young.
scary, man. So scary.
Him and Kane. Was there no thing that they were brothers or something?
They were brothers.
Cousins.
Definitely brothers.
Second cousin, Hugh Janus.
Forced divorced.
Aye.
No, brothers. It came out that they were, because they were similar, weren't they? They were very similar.
Aye, scary bastards.
Kane's like the running a estate now, you know.
Was it?
Aye, he went to you lost contact with him, aye.
He will, man.
But that on Joe Rogan was pure such an insight, because growing up I loved wrestling. Friday night, Raw, poof, what a time. Saturday morning, SmackDown.
Aye. I remember staying up, but my brother, he's 6 years older than me, so he must have been maybe, I don't know, 12 or something, maybe 6, 7. Maybe even older than that, actually. And I remember he would sleep, we used to take a mattress or like bedding in the living room and sit and watch the telly. It was the only time I was ever allowed to stay up past like fucking 9 o'clock or whatever it was. And I still love it.
Mate, it was so good though, because there was at points where Undertaker was crucifying people live on telly. Like that. Shouldn't have been doing that, mate, like that. Like, and kidnapping people, threatening to kill them, burying people alive, petrified him, absolutely petrified him.
It was
Kane setting
it was
people
the
on
noise, it was the music, remember his music? Boom.
Dong.
You're like, get ice one.
There's a rock. Somebody so cold. Quickly.
Oh, speaking of Stone Cold, do you watch Hot Ones?
Aye.
Stone Cold done a Hot Ones episode there. Brilliant.
I've not seen it.
Brilliant. Really good. You should watch that.
I love Hot Ones. Couldn't do it. I think I get to wing 3. Bottle it.
Mate, but you just came for a wee episode for our 50th.
Not doing that live. Not doing that. I don't know.
We'll talk about it.
Think about
We'll
it.
negotiate.
Way too.
We'll figure out the pennies.
Colin. See what Hot Ones will pay his eye. Mate, it's weird because obviously mouth flavour. Have you ever used a tongue scraper? Ever?
In Leighton, maybe. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I've got one through there. If anybody else is going to get it.
Have you actually?
Aye. I use a tongue scraper. I won't get it right.
Right, you can get
You
it.
can't pause it. You need to keep talking.
Keep talking shit.
Right, you
Right.
keep talking. Right, you talk.
A tongue scraper. I don't really. I'm assuming it's going to be one of these things like when you brush your teeth. That I don't know, it kind of freshens it up a wee bit. I've seen the ones with the back of your tonsils. You've got a wee device thing that takes it off your tonsils and it busts all these wee possets on your tonsils. But I don't know about this tongue scraper. Right, enlighten me.
What you talk about possets in your tonsils?
I've seen a video where it's like a. Do you remember the wee? See, like, have you ever watched Dr. Pimple Popper?
No.
The woman who pops all these things, right?
Talking about vacuum things that you put on your face.
Aye, so there's one similar to that, but it's for your tonsils, and apparently there's loads of wee white dots, and when you pop them, it's like how you've got bad breath and all that.
I don't know.
I've seen a video of that.
It's bacteria, mate.
So,
Bacteria
enlighten
is
me.
what causes bad breath. That.
It looks like a razor, mate.
It's no, but
It's not got a head on it. Right,
that's smooth.
so what's the purpose of this?
It gets rid of all the bacteria. Like 70% of bad breath is caused by bacteria on the tongue. This isn't an advert, by the way. It's just me.
Have you got a new sponsor here?
Aye. Sphere McDonald Hodge now, sir. No, mate, it's
Why do you not just brush your tongue?
because you're brushing back and forth. You scrape it, mate. You should see. It's pure disgusting, mate. You should see what comes off your tongue in the morning, mate. It's so bad.
So you
I'm
would
not
use
gonna
that?
do it now. Every morning. Oh my god.
So you do that instead of brushing your tongue?
Oh, I don't brush my tongue. No.
I just brush my tongue.
I'll scrape my tongue, brush my teeth, we floss, we brush, rinse.
Right as rain.
Mate, you should genuinely see. I'm not going to scrape it on the podcast. I might, if enough people
Aye.
are interested in seeing it, they'll let me know.
We'll put a poll up, right, and we'll say yes or no. Do you want to see Kenny scrape his tongue live after eating
Buy you
fucking
one.
10
Okay,
chicken wings, hot ones?
10 hot one chicken wings. But mate, honestly, I'll send you personally a picture of how disgusting your tongue is. Don't know, maybe it's just
I can
mine.
imagine.
Maybe it's just mine, but it is very bad, man. It's weird to see. It is such a strange thing to see.
Do you know where I started brushing my tongue, right? See if you've been out on a night out, right? And the next day you've got that alcohol taste. See, no matter how many times you brush your teeth, it doesn't go away.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, I need to brush my tongue. One day, went away. And I was like, so I've just done it ever since.
This big pink floppy thing in my mouth.
It's right next to my teeth.
It's really close to it. It really touches them loads.
Aye. That's interesting.
But mate, I've scraped my cheeks and that sometimes. I'm like, ugh. But it's a full area, like it's very important, that area. But
Tongue scraper. Never heard it, mate.
mate.
There's loads of wee
You
devices and stuff
could
like
just
that.
Google it. You could just Google it and see people's, like, rather than my fucking big, look at Pure White because I've had 4 beers, man. It's stinking. But right, recommendations. We're looking for recommendations because we're still in lockdown. We need something to watch. Oh, do you want me to tell you about Pause Pure Hooked on the now?
Tell me.
My God, it's pure weird. It's quite. It's like, do you know? I'll tell you what it is. RuPaul's Drag Race.
One of our pals, Kieran, he's just obsessed with that. Loves it. Are you watching it as well? Aye.
Paul was watching it. I thought.
Typical guy answer. Mrs. was watching it.
Hold on. I'll tell you the truth. Right. So, I don't know what I was doing. But I must have been up the stair, and Paul had started watching it on the telly down the stair. Right.
Right.
Then I've got up. Paul has come up the stair. I went down the stair, but we're only avoiding each other. Like, had a wee drink of water, and I've sat on the couch, and I'm like, oh, no, what is this? And I see this RuPaul, and I thought, I've heard about this. And somebody's doing the catwalk, and the drag queen turns, falls. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Pure tremendous telly. I'm like, that's amazing. They shouldn't be doing that if anybody's never seen drag walk or catwalks and that. I'm like, that's brilliant. I'm like, what's going on now? And they go, and I went, what if this happens all the time? So
12 episodes later,
this was pod missed 2 episodes, so if you're going to watch that again, we were in bed and we had it on and went, oh, this is the episode and this drag queen falls and that's just brilliant, pure brilliant. And then ever since I'm like, he's a dick. She's a dick. She's a dick. Whatever they want to be called.
Aye.
Dick. Then they get women in who are like MMA fighters, boxers, and they've been about. I mean, they've trained really hard, and like make them into a version of you. Oh, you watch this one. No, but it's you who wins it, obviously. This is season 1 of 12, mate. And
Many episodes a season? 20 or
mate,
something?
I don't know, man. It's too many. It was a pure heartwarming episode in that where like, Mac Lipstick he hundreds of money to charity for HIV and AIDS, and the person that wins that episode turns out they've been living with HIV and AIDS for years, and I'm like, I'm quite
Sensitive
just
soul.
quivery lip. So I like that. But anyway, other people can give
Oh,
recommendations for Netflix, and
I've got a couple.
right, what would your top pick be for anybody to listen to? Watch. Apart from this, obviously, watch this. It's the best.
See,
Hurry up.
I've got a couple, so I don't know. I've got a funny one, I've got a serious one, I've got a crime one.
Right, there you go. There's 3.
Right, so my favourite comedy thing on Netflix is Trailer Park Boys. Hilarious.
I find that
Oh,
weird.
Hilarious. See the first season, it's quite old, right? I think it went back to maybe 2000, 2001 when it started. It's a bit, takes a bit long to get into, but see like season 3 onwards, hilarious. Love it. The comedy in it's brilliant. I've watched 2 recently, sort of crime, true crime series. One of them's a Night Stalker. That was fucking terrifying. You seen that? No?
No, mate. I don't watch it in series.
No.
No. Big scaredy cat. Big giant scaredy cat, man.
Well,
I like to live in this wee bubble where everything's okay. COVID.
What do you mean follow? What's that?
I've still been turning up to work.
Just send you away every day.
Absolutely not, man.
But the Night Stalker is basically a guy in America who used to he murdered like all these women and stuff over the course of 5 years. I think it was like 30 people or something, like crazy. Basically just about a serial killer, but really interesting. But the guy was a fucking psychopath.
Maddie.
And then one I just watched, we just finished it yesterday. And actually, there's a guy who Ryan knows, who plays for his American football team, or he's part of the American football team, who's from this place in California. It's called Humboldt County, and it's there's a part of Humboldt County that's in the mountains, and it's called Murder Mountain. All these people disappear, and it's all cannabis growers. It's like 80% of the US cannabis comes from Humboldt County.
Wow.
Legally and illegally.
Aye.
But Brian was telling me about it, and I was like, I need to watch that. And then he said the guy's name, I can't remember, and he said he's from Humboldt County. And I was like, I need to get him the podcast.
You should.
So we need to try and get him.
That's good, because my recommendations would be Taskmaster for funniness.
Greg Davies, is that?
It's absolutely brilliant, man. Who told me they were watching it? Ferry, who I was working with through a bit there, was saying he tried to watch it and he couldn't get into it. It takes a connection with a comedian to go, I watch it.
I like Greg Davies though, so I probably would like it.
Always on it.
Because he's no host, isn't he?
He's the Taskmaster. Right. And then Alex Horn is his assistant. But Alex Horn came up with the idea.
Right.
He doesn't suit being the Taskmaster, and they got Greg Davies. Like, tremendous fit, man.
I just love him because of In-Betweeners, man. He was
Aye. Well, he used to be a teacher.
That's right, aye.
For seriousness, I'd watch Suits. I like Suits.
I watched the first 2 seasons of Suits.
Did you?
I just never watched it since. I liked it as well. I don't know why. I feel away from
it. Don't watch anything, so just keep watching Friends, man, because it's never have any streets on all the streaming platforms.
Do you know what's came back on Netflix?
Friends.
The US Office. Brilliant.
Great stuff. So funny, man.
22 seasons or something. 20 seasons.
There wasn't that many. Definitely.
At least 18, 19 seasons. 100%. Get it up. Taskmaster.
It went for 2005 to 2013.
because Steve Carell, he was in it.
188 episodes. Season 9.
Season 9?
Seasons 1 to 9, That's what I'm getting on IMDb.
Or maybe I've got the 9 mixed up with the 19 then.
I maybe you should say
I know,
10.
maybe, sorry, there's like 20 odd episodes in a season, though, isn't there? 20
There's
episodes.
188 episodes
Divided by
in
9.
9 seasons.
What's that?
I genuinely,
28.8, so 21 episodes a season on average.
it is brilliant, mate.
It's so good.
Steve Carell leaves it. He
Aye.
does eventually leave it.
So why he left that? He said Michael Scott, the character that he plays, annoyed him that much that he had to stop.
He is annoying though.
Very, but it's funny. Very
He was
funny.
so good at it though. He was so good at it. Who was your favourite character? Was it Dwight?
Probably. Dwight,
Jim.
I like,
Jim was good. Dwight and
Aye.
Jim. I feel it was all about them.
I liked Michael Scott. Steve Carell's one was
I did enjoy.
just, but because he left as well,
I just feel like
everybody was good at it.
Bullshit a lot. Jim's wife Pam was good. Pam was really funny because I'm sitting here with all the characters, which is
Remember
who did you
Stanley?
hate? Who did you? I mean, it was just gonna go Stanley. He was the funniest.
Who did
No,
I hate?
do you know who was funniest? Daryl.
Darrow. He was good.
Darryl was class.
He's got quite a lot for that since he's been on that.
He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Aye, that's
Quite a
right.
lot.
He was the.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's a great watch and all.
What was his character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine again? Something
The Pontiac Bandit.
Pontiac Bandit.
That's what he was, aye.
Well done.
Yeah,
Well done,
I
you.
love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Catherine Tate ended up in it, I know.
That's right, aye. So she did.
She was a bit of a pain in the ass.
If I was going to take one person away, probably her, even though she was only in it for like 2 or 3 seasons.
When did Will Ferrell get in it?
Oh, he
Yeah,
applied.
Will
He applied. He was only in it for like
Was that a
3,
special
4
guest?
episodes.
Oh, was he?
Or maybe 2, I don't know. But I can remember he applied when Michael Scott left. Will Ferrell applied for the
No
job
way.
and he got it.
Man, I feel I must have felt like this was such an easy watch.
Aye.
So I must have watched it pure hungover. And I fell asleep for the 3 episodes that he was in it.
Aye. Although the best thing on
Idris Elba.
Netflix. I don't remember Idris Elba on it though.
He was called Charles Minor.
Charles Mine.
Steve Carell. Why is Steve Carell way here? He used to be the first guy. Jack Black. Do you remember Jack Black being in it?
I think somebody's pulling your leg here.
I feel like but mate, this is just on YouTube and you YouTube The Office cast. This is all the people that have come up.
Don't remember Jack
How
Black.
the fuck are these people?
Aye, anyway, the best thing,
Hey, well.
hands down, on Netflix is still Game Butt. So
Oh mate, I was watching it last night. Tremendous. The one they have to they play walking fives for
one of the new ones.
For the young team to get a
I went right back
patch.
again for the start yesterday. Watched the first episode, man.
But has it been remastered though?
No, I don't care. I prefer it when it's like
No, I don't. I'm quite fucking
HD savvy.
Aye. If I'm going to watch something, my eyes not to be like that. Would I watch? I went back for after that episode. I was like, oh, I watched an old one when Jax gets Sky and Victor's
Hatch.
Victor's like, aye, the Hatch, aye. Victor's
Yeah,
in there with the pot.
Yeah.
Eyes was in the fucking hall. Can I take a hint? Eyes, I mean, we if you were ever going to be invited for lunch, done it years ago, man. But we don't want you here, so fuck off. And then what's his name? Who's the guy with the massive ears about the size of these
Shug.
phones? Shug turns up. It's in your boxing eyes, in it. What is it? What's Shug here for? Why Shug get a bag of tools? And she's peeked through the letterbox and they're like that. And then Tam, is it Tam Hinks, Jack and Victor are gay?
Bobby Hinks.
Bobby Hinks are gay?
Aye.
Oh, I thought Bobby was last to know.
No, it's Isa that tells everybody, and then
Because
Bobby starts playing the music in the pub and all that.
He's like, this is an open space for everyone. And then they twig.
Aye. Live and let be, but not in my lavies. Yeah.
Aye, Jack comes in for a pint. Victor's like, oh, back in a minute now, Bobby. They're amazing, aren't they?
The pattern on it's just second to
Second
none.
to none.
Aye. It's just, there you go.
Aye.
Is that good we said it twice?
Well, I said it once, and that guy up there said it once.
Am I above you in this?
Aye, am I below you in this?
You're side by side, you're full screened.
Oh, it's shite, mate, because I've had this wee chat hang open the full time, so I knew what to talk about.
Right.
Oh, or I would have known to do that with my drink. To get to you. Oh,
That's why I was like,
came
alright.
full circle.
What did you be doing here?
Oh, mate. It's just been this full podcast, man. Go back to the start.
Right, so if anybody's got any recommendations for what to watch in this current lockdown, then leave us a wee comment and let
When
us
do you think
know.
it'll end? When do you think this will end?
March. End of
Look, Kenneth,
March.
that's when the plug's been pulled on the furlough.
If it doesn't, then better hope this podcast takes off fucking quickly
Oh,
because
mate, it'd be very nice, wouldn't it?
aye.
Who wants to be a guest? Because fucking Big Dafty Daniel obviously pulled out. We should put this on Instagram actually. So who wants to be a guest? Because we need guests. We can't
Need to
keep
get-
doing this. We are not that interesting. We need interesting people to come that we can talk to, so it makes us look interesting.
Yeah.
So
Big
get in
Ben was a
touch,
good laugh, wasn't he?
Comment, share. Who?
Ben.
Ben. Oh, he was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. We need to get him just on the cusp of him finishing one of his nights, so we can have a good wee Don Revy with him. Yeah, Ben. That's what that means.
Here's a question: if you could pick one guest,
Oh, previous guest.
no,
Any
somebody
guest?
we've not had on, any famous person, any whatever, who would one person you could have on this show?
Oh, Andy Samberg.
Really? Aye.
He's brilliant, mate. Aye. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's something I could watch all the time.
I love it as well. Aye.
Because I think I would hope that it'd be funny. Because he done a tour. Him and the Lonely Island done a tour, and they said something about. So sorry, I've done this, mate. Aye.
Did you? I'll step in then. Did
You
you see
step
the?
in.
Did you see the gaming clip that I done put out yesterday? It had a wee Andy Samberg moment in it.
Aye. But how do you get them? That's what I mean. This is what I'm thinking. Like,
Just a
how are
gift.
you doing this? Oh man, that was bigger.
That is
Are you googling this sort of stuff?
secrets, mate. Get on. Aye. No, I just download a gift onto your thing and put it into Premiere Pro and it brings it up.
Name me funny chat show people.
What James Corden sort of?
American people. Aye.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Right, that might
Dave
be it.
Letterman?
Hold on, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. Aye, there's two.
Andy Samberg. Lonely Island. Have you heard their music?
Aye, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
So funny, innit?
That was the jizz in my pants one, wasn't it?
So funny. Andy Samberg mentioned Jimmy Fallon in every interview that he'd done for his movie. So I'm gonna get you that video right now. Andy Samberg found a way to mention Jimmy Fallon in every, because they've done the Lonely Island have done 2 movies.
Have they?
Aye, mate. Aye.
Just stupid stuff, I take it.
Okay. Aye. And someone explains why.
I like Andy Samberg. It's funny. I actually watched a film. I've just said this now and I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I think it's called That's My Boy. Andy
That's my boy.
Samberg.
Aye, and Adam Sandler.
Aye, that was really good. I hadn't seen it
It's
before.
weird.
My brother told me about it. I liked it. Did you like it?
I think it's weird.
Aye.
Just because it's a wee bit awkward at points when they're talking. I'm like, oh, but it's meant to be that. It's meant to be funny.
Aye. You probably get that way any sort of circumstance, so like, even if it's in a film, didn't you?
Aye,
You're
an
like,
awkwardness. I feel the awkwardness, but you're meant to do, aren't you?
aye.
I'm getting annoyed that I can't find this
Which
video now.
you would have Andy Samberg on, one person in the world.
Aye, who would you have though?
Just kind of hope you didn't ask me.
Oh, really? Sit here and
Um,
swoon and be pure awkward and every
one-
moment of this, and then let you just Just slip away. Aye, okay, mate.
Way into the distance.
Right, well, here, you can never be thinks I found that video.
There you go. Are you playing it?
Kind of made a little gift for you, actually. We were, they put you on these press tours. You go like state to state. You go to
Yeah, I'll
colleges.
share
And
it.
you do junket days. And we were like, we need something to sort of keep our sparks
share.
flying a little, something
Bosh.
exciting to do during the interviews. So we turned it into a game.
Talk. Oh no.
Hear me now.
Oh no.
Can't hear me now. Your headphones in.
I can hear you, mate, sorry.
Aye, that was longer than I thought it was going to be.
Was it way longer than you wanted? It said 2 minutes. Or my key was longer, or the video.
Just watching it and not knowing what to say was...
Oh, you can't really talk here. I don't know how that's going to work when it comes to putting in the podcast. May need to cut that.
Aye.
Probably should have. Right, your favourite guest, who would it be?
Fuck.
Neil Lennon,
Yeah, maybe in August, but I don't know. I'd probably go Conor McGregor. Just
I don't think you'd need to talk too much on that.
Aye.
I
Well, when you watch his interviews and stuff, he responds really well to questions.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? He's entertaining. I thought that'd be quite good. Plus, he would get his hundreds of views, millions of views. So that's the main reason for
Oh,
it.
so would Andy Samberg, mate. Don't try to talk to him. Get the rock on.
Get the Rock. The Rock and Kevin Hart would be a good duo to have on, wouldn't it?
Aye.
It
Or
would be.
Donald Trump.
Fuck that.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Aye, so Conor McGregor and Andy Samberg on together.
There you go.
There we go.
That'd be funny.
Sorted.
Who would be a bigger fan of who?
Who would what?
Who would be a bigger fan of who? Who do you think would know better? I think Conor McGregor's going to know Andy Samberg.
I think he would know who he was, but I think Andy Samberg might be a bit more. Oh, because everybody knows Conor McGregor.
Aye.
You know what I
Done
mean?
well, didn't he? Just for being a cheeky bastard.
Mate, the favourite story is when they went out to fight in Boston. I think it was his second fight in the UFC. Oh, no, it was his first one. Was it Marcus Brimage? And they just before they were on the way to the airport in Dublin, they had to stop off so he could collect his social welfare check.
Yes.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Legend.
Then he made 50 grand
Aye.
for a win bonus.
Bump the social, mate. Good on you.
Wonder if I ever paid that back.
He punched an old guy in a pub. He's definitely not paid that back. Right, we call it there.
Call it. Talk
Call
shite
it.
now, aren't we?
Tremendous. That's what we've done for another bit, mate.
Yep. Right.
Aye.
Catch you
Fuck
soon.
Fuck
And
you, Daniel.
next time.
Subscribe, share. Share it with your pals, share it with your cousins, share it with your aunties, your uncles, but no Daniel. Oh. Cut that if you want as well, mate. Sorry.
only kidding. If you want to come on, Daniel, come on tomorrow, mate.
Definitely, but we just fucking ripped the country. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Catch
Bye,
you later.
everybody.